Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Sesko joins Manchester United with lower salary than Arsenal's Gyökeres. Benjamin Sesko has signed a 5-year deal with Manchester United for £74 million, earning £160,000 per week less than Arsenal's Victor Gyökeres, who commands £200,000 weekly after his £64 million move from Sporting Lisbon. Despite a higher offer from Newcastle, the 22-year-old Slovenian chose Ruben Amorim's vision at Old Trafford, where his wages could match Gyökeres if United qualify for the Champions League. Gyökeres, 27, Arsenal's fifth highest earner, brings a prolific record of 97 goals in 102 matches. Mikel Arteta hailed his clinical finishing to boost Arsenal's attack. Sesko, with 39 goals in 87 games at RB Leipzig, joins United's revamped forward line alongside Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo, aiming to revive the club's fortunes after scoring just 44 goals this season. He's excited about United's storied legacy and future under Amorim. Emmanuel Petit speaks out on Eberechi Eze transfer to Arsenal. The summer transfer window is ablaze with a thrilling battle between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur vying for Crystal Palace's star midfielder Eberechi Eze. The 26-year-old attacking maestro shone last season, bagging 14 goals and 11 assists in 43 appearances across all competitions, while playing a pivotal role in Palace's FA Cup triumph. With his £68 million release clause set to expire on the 15th of August, both North London giants are racing against time to secure his signature before the transfer deadline. Arsenal, under Mikel Arteta's astute leadership, have earmarked Eze as a top target to bolster their attacking ranks. Having already splashed nearly £200 million on signings like Victor Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi, and Noni Madueke this summer, Arteta is keen to add Eze's flair and versatility. Capable of playing as a left or right winger, Eze is seen as the perfect foil to challenge Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. Reports indicate Arsenal have struck a £55 million deal with Palace, including £30 million upfront and the rest in instalments, though the transfer hinges on Palace finding a suitable replacement. Tottenham Hotspur, now managed by Thomas Frank, are not standing idly by. The departure of Son Heung-min to the MLS and James Maddison's lengthy injury have left Spurs desperate for a dynamic attacking midfielder like Eze. Early approaches have been made, with whispers of a potential swap deal to sweeten negotiations. However, claims that Eze signed a 4-year, $80 million contract with Tottenham in June 2025 appear premature and lack credible backing, casting doubt on their validity. Crystal Palace find themselves in a tricky spot. Manager Oliver Glasner has voiced frustration over the club's sluggish transfer activity, stressing the need to keep Eze as a cornerstone of their squad. Chairman Steve Parish hopes to retain the star but remains open to a deal if the price is right, with Palace insisting on a minimum £35 million upfront payment. Their failure to identify a replacement, coupled with delays in appointing a new sporting director following Dougie Freedman's exit, complicates matters further. Former Arsenal star Emmanuel Petit weighed in on the saga, stating, "Eze is an exceptional talent who can change the game for any team. For Arsenal, he'd bring the creativity and depth needed to challenge for the title. Tottenham have a chance too, especially as he could fill Son's boots. It all comes down to who moves fastest and meets Palace's demands." Petty's comments, shared on Sky Sports, underscore the urgency of the race for EZE'S signature. Arsenal appear to hold the upper hand. Their agreed financial package and Eze reported enthusiasm for a move to the Emirates seen as an ideal stage to boost his England prospects ahead of the World Cup give them an edge. However, the Gunners may need to offload players like Fabio Vieira or Leandro Trossard to balance the books, especially with Palace's demand for a hefty initial payment. Tottenham, while financially nimbler than Arsenal, seem to be playing second fiddle. Eze's apparent preference for Arsenal poses a challenge for Thomas Frank, though Spurs could capitalise if Palace reject Arsenal's terms. There's also chatter of Chelsea lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce if both North London clubs falter, adding another layer of intrigue to the saga. Time is of the essence. With just 3 days until Eze's £68 million clause expires, Arsenal face pressure to seal the deal swiftly. Palace, meanwhile, must act fast to secure a replacement or risk losing Eze without a clear plan. A delay until January could intensify the competition, with other clubs potentially joining the fray. Eberechi Eze, with his technical brilliance and positional flexibility, is a world-class talent poised to elevate any side fortunate enough to sign him. Arsenal are currently in pole position, but Tottenham and possibly Chelsea remain threats. With Crystal Palace holding the key, this transfer battle promises to be one of the summer's most captivating stories as the 2025 window nears its close. Arsenal finally win the title? With the Premier League season on the horizon, anticipation is mounting across the top flight. As the new campaign kicks off, each team is gearing up to chase their ambitions with unwavering determination. But what exactly are those ambitions? TNT Sports has taken a deep dive into what a successful season might look like for each of the 20 Premier League clubs, and they're inviting fans to share their predictions. What does success mean for your team? Survival? European qualification? A trophy? Or perhaps even clinching the lot? The new season promises a blend of excitement and nerves for the 20 competing sides, with targets set and relentless pressure to achieve them. As the 2025-26 season, broadcast on TNT Sports and Discovery, looms, let's explore the expectations for each Premier League team and how realistic their goals are. Fans can also vote on how they reckon each club will fare over the next 10 months of relentless action. Arsenal. After 3 consecutive second-place finishes in the league, the pressure is on Mikel Arteta's Gunners to finally lift the Premier League trophy. However, with the fiercely competitive nature of the title race, nothing is guaranteed. A strong summer transfer window should position Arsenal to challenge once again, but they'll also have their sights set on silverware elsewhere, alongside another deep run in Europe after last season's UEFA Champions League semi-final exit. Aston Villa. Villa's season was a mixed bag, with a disappointing Champions League quarter-final exit, a Piala FA semi-final defeat, and missing out on a top-5 finish on the final day. Still, securing a European spot is no small feat for Unai Emery's side. The Spanish gaffer will be aiming to keep Villa in and around the top 6, with hopes of returning to his beloved UEFA Europa League, a competition he believes he can win again. Bournemouth. Having retained manager Andoni Iraola, the Cherries are optimistic that the Spaniard can build on the solid foundations laid at Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth pushed hard for a European spot last term and will aim for another top-half finish, despite losing key players like Milos Kerkez and Dean Huijsen. Brentford. Since their promotion in 2021, the Bees have been a refreshing addition to the Premier League, but the clock may be ticking for the West London outfit. The potential loss of manager Thomas Frank and key players suggests they'll need to tread carefully to avoid a relegation scrap. Brighton and Hove Albion. Only Liverpool and Arsenal lost fewer league games than Brighton last season, but their 13 draws cost them a UEFA competition berth. Converting just 3 of those draws into wins would have seen the Seagulls finish 5th and qualify for the Champions League. The sale of João Pedro may dent their ambitions, but they remain confident of a better-than-even chance of breaking into the top 6. Burnley. Despite dominating the Championship last season, the Premier League is a different beast, and survival is Scott Parker's primary objective at Turf Moor. Few outside Burnley would bet against the Clarets slipping back to the Championship, so a 17th place finish would be a monumental achievement. Chelsea. The FIFA Club World Cup champions have enjoyed a stellar few months on and off the pitch, raising hopes of a resurgent campaign. However, a hectic summer transfer window could test their stamina across 4 competitions. While Stamford Bridge faithful are optimistic, they may need to temper expectations. Still, Chelsea should be in the hunt for major honours. Crystal Palace. Oliver Glasner etched his name into Palace history by delivering the FA Cup last season, and even the disappointment of being relegated to the UEFA Conference League shouldn't dampen the buzz around Selhurst Park. While climbing above their mid-table comfort zone seems unlikely, they'll fancy their chances of making waves in their first European adventure. Everton. The Toffees are hoping their move to a new stadium will mark a turning point in their fortunes. David Moyes' return last season brought renewed optimism, and Evertonians are hopeful of a campaign free from the spectre of relegation. Fulham. Last season, Fulham were confident of securing a European spot but lacked the depth to sustain their challenge. Under Marco Silva, there's little fear of relegation, but equally little expectation of climbing much higher than their current mid-table standing. However, Crystal Palace's FA Cup triumph last term might inspire belief that a domestic trophy isn't beyond reach. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!